Hey, what's up, family man? What's going on, my brother? Welcome in, welcome in, welcome on in. Happy Mac, how you doing? Good morning, good morning. How y'all doing this morning? Hope y'all doing well. Hope everything is positive vibe in your life. Welcome in, welcome in. If y'all can hear me, you can hear everything, and the video is cool. Give me a thumbs up, please. That way I know I'm doing the right thing, because I'm having this makeshift setup right quick. But let me know if you're good. All right, beautiful. Many blessings to you. Let me tell you something, family man. I appreciate your comments. I appreciate you and the wife, what y'all do for us, the supporting, the viewing. I see your comments. I respect your comments, and I appreciate your encouragement because whether you know it or not, it is encouraging to see your comments. Sometimes we question ourselves about what we do. Is it quality time? Is what we're doing beneficial to others? And then we find out that, hey, it is benefiting. If I can benefit one person, it's worth it all. Tammy, how are you doing? Many blessings. My queen, Gigi Naturals, how you doing, beautiful? Good to see you this morning. It's always a blessing to wake up next to a beautiful woman, next to a woman that that truly loves you. You know, a lot of people come in your life and they go. People unfriend you. That's something I'm learning on this social media thing. Uh, I probably never would have been on social media if it wasn't for me being a photographer. And I watched in the beginning, back in 2009, 2010, how social media can be very beneficial to you and your business if you're an entrepreneur. And through the years, I've learned a lot. I learned a lot about social etiquette, social media etiquette. It's quite different from face to face. People, when they meet face to face, they're quite different between this screen and the actual face to face. So I'm learning etiquette. I'm learning different things. I'm learning that people are empowered to control where they go and how they navigate versus, sometimes we go to jobs, we don't choose our coworkers. We don't choose our managers. We don't choose our customers. But in social media, it empowers us to make those choices to what we see, what we view, uh, who we interact with, and it's empowering in a lot of ways. And in some ways, it can be to the part where do we really, really imagine if you lived in a world where you only were interactive with something you can control or something you agreed with. And it leads me to this thing that's going on behind here. So on the homestead, uh, I was looking forward to the weather cooling down, right? Good morning, Miss Native. How you doing? Much love to you. My cart runneth over. Many blessings to you. Good morning to you as well. So what I was going back to is, in the fall, what I'm learning is I can get some things done in the fall and the winter, which I can't get done in the spring and the summer. This area you see behind me, the reason why I chose this background is to, if you're homesteading right now and you have some wooded area, I would ask you to use caution, but then I'm going to ask you to consider, let's burn away some of the things that are blocking our view. Let's burn away some things that are hindering our vision. Things that have grown in our lives, they only there for a season, right? But guess what? Not everything lasts forever, right? So we got to make sure in our lives that we cultivate a place of vision, clarity, and truth. And we got to embrace the situation where we in and understand that we on a mission. I don't know what your mission is. I don't know what your goals are in your life, but your mission and your goals, they're there for a purpose. But then guess what happens? You have things that block your vision, things that distract you. This burn right here, it's a like a it's a symbol of new growth, new beginning, new vision, and it's a symbol of just something where we're changing. We're changing the landscape of everything. But we also are creating an environment where we can be just bountiful. You want to put yourself in a winning situation. What's going on, David? King David, what's up, King David? Life journey, how you doing? Many blessings to you. Many blessings to y'all. So harvest time is fall, right? That means you have planted everything you need to plant. That means you have done everything you need to do. And now it's time for plenty. Why? Because cold is about to happen, right? And if cold is about to happen, that means what? Be prepared for lacking, right? Grace guys, how you doing? How you doing? You good, Gigi?
Mhm.
Welcome on in, Gigi.
Mhm.
So some of the news, welcome to
Good
you all.
morning, everybody.
Good morning. Good morning. So welcome you all to Eco Nation News. This is news but that maybe you can or maybe you cannot use. So what we're going to go through today, we're going to give some highlights. These few weeks into a month has been very exhausting,
Hmm.
to say the least. We have been really, really working. We've been getting some things done. And I want y'all to give applause to Gigi.
Wait,
What?
don't say too much.
Don't say too much about what?
I don't know what you're about to say. What you talking about applause for?
You overcame your challenges this week.
Okay.
I'm lost. What's going on with you?
Thought you were about to say something. Okay.
Say something about what?
I don't know.
Hmm.
I don't know.
What, you got some things you hide from us?
How you doing, guys?
Okay.
David, how you doing? Grace Guys, how you doing? Tammy, how you doing? Miss Native, good morning, beautiful. How you doing? Family Man, how you doing today? My cup, my cart runneth over. How you doing? Good to see you guys.
So I see Miss Native said I built a large brick fire pit to help reduce causing wildfire. I still have more
Happy
to
Mac.
do
Happy Mac, how you doing this morning?
to also have a pit and a grill on the side and the oven. That sounds good. That sounds cool.
Yeah, Miss Native puts in work.
About that business.
She puts in real work. Like I don't know about everybody else, but Miss Native, like she really gets it in. She shares a lot in the G tribe. So um she definitely does some things that very creative things a lot of times too that a lot of us don't even think about. But go ahead, babe.
No, I mean you ride now. I'm gonna let you ride out because I need your energy today. Right now, I am I am not 100, and I'm taking me some time off to recharge my batteries. And this is where, when you work as a team, when you work together, this is where we all kick in at. And my thing is, I'm excited about what we're getting ready to embark in. We planted a lot of fruit this year. We planted a lot of fruit this year. I don't even understand if you understand. Within the last year, do you realize how many trees we put in this place?
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy, man.
Yes.
And I'm thinking about this whole situation, and I'm saying, y'all, maximize your space and maximize your room. But good Lord, how many trees does it take? It's like we got apples, we got pears, we got persimmon, we got multiple types of citrus, we got bananas, we got blueberries,
We got blackberries coming.
blackberries. Well, we already got blackberries
Yeah, I
and
know we
strawberries
got
and
wild
oh
berries
my
around here
goodness.
like crazy. Great
Yeah.
muscadines, wild muscadines. We have wild different types of berries, not just blackberries, but different types that were here on the property anyway.
So something that we don't have that we had before were raspberries.
Well, you said you didn't want another raspberry. You told
I,
me not to get it.
I told you not to get raspberry because that area you cannot go in or out of it. It's like
Well,
raspberry.
we just have to control it.
yeah,
We just have to control it better because them
yeah,
raspberries, like they
yeah,
get outrageous, but they are like 10 times better than the raspberries that you buy in the store.
yeah.
Like
Figs
they
too.
have no
Yeah.
they have no flavor in the store. Typically, they have no flavor to them. But when you pull the raspberries off, like when we were in Tallahassee, those raspberries were incredible.
So there's a slight echo. Do you have anything live or up, cut up?
Uh,
You probably do. You need to
sorry.
mute your mic.
Let me. Let me, let me just
Yeah.
okay.
Only
Sorry
give.
about that. Sorry
Yeah.
about that, y'all.
Appreciate that. I'm going to send y'all a surprise box when I get an extra time to send it. Hey, surprise me, baby. That's all I'm gonna say. Just surprise me. Appreciate that, family man. But where are we with how long do you think it will take for us to really start seeing our harvest? I'm thinking 3 to 5 years.
um, Probably yeah. To see like really abundant harvest like we were seeing in Tallahassee. Yeah, I would say
Yeah.
you know. But we got a couple of trees already that are producing. So we got this grapefruit over here. And we also have, Pamela is producing already. But I feel like I've been seeing a lot of um buds on different things.
Hmm.
So I think on some of the larger trees, we'll start getting some next year, and probably the year after that, we'll probably do pretty well. But you know, to get like the big totes of fruit like we were
Yeah,
getting in
yeah, yeah,
Tallahassee,
yeah.
probably three. I would say I would give it 3 years.
And that's fast if we get it in three.
Yeah, but
Happy Mac, you're absolutely right. The expectations and let me set the tone for everybody. If you're starting out from scratch, you don't have already established vineyard, you don't already have established plants, fruits, all this kind of stuff. The trees to mature to be able to hold the fruit to give the bounty, you're expecting minimum. I'm talking about minimum 3 years. You'll get good if you get 3 years, but 4 years, 5 years, by year six, you should be getting a nice
you're gonna
little
be going
harvest.
to the farmers
Yeah.
market
You'll be
by
ready
that
to share
time.
your fruit by year six. And that's where we were at our last property. I think we stayed there what, 8 years?
Yeah,
Yeah, about 8 years. It took 6 years for Pam to come
yeah,
out.
for her to start
Yeah.
producing.
For her to
But however, the biggest Meyer that we had, she started producing in 2 years.
mm,
So by that third year, like we had a harvest. And
yeah,
then it was so big that he had to cut it. And so we didn't get quite as much that year after he cut it, but that year following that, it was crazy.
yeah, yeah.
It was just crazy. So you just have to give your trees time, just give them love, feed them natural things, and they'll do what they're supposed to do as long as you're giving them the good, wholesome, natural stuff. They'll
Now
do
the
what they're supposed
difference
to do.
between this soil or this area
Oh God,
compared to where we were,
night and day.
it's like night and day. So here you gotta water like crazy
Yeah,
because we got sandy soil,
yeah,
got a lot of silt. So we don't get a lot of rain like I thought we would get far as right now.
right.
But when it rains, it like washes everything out.
Mm-hmm.
So it strips the top layer of the soil
Mm-hmm.
and it washes it down away. And it it's a challenge. It's a challenge, but for crops, I think this is an excellent place for root crops because it's sandy soil
Mm-hmm.
and it gives the root crops a lot of opportunity to just grow and be strong.
Mm-hmm.
We had a lot of volunteer plants too as well,
Mm-hmm.
where we still got watermelons,
I saw your
baby.
video. I saw
We
your
still
video.
got
I was
watermelons.
shocked. I saw that one in the front because I went up there the other day.
Now that wild plum you gave us, Miss Native, I
Do you know where it's at?
I have no idea.
Listen, we have put stuff so many
I know it's a
places,
plum down here. It's a plum
and
over here.
and then we got the Santa Rosa up there
Yeah,
where the
I'm sorry. I'm trying to think.
so
They
we'll figure it out
Yeah, yeah.
we'll
And we
figure out
got
which
we
one
got
is which.
stuff that actually I forgot I planted because I'm trying
Yeah.
to get. So when we got here, right, we were in a race to not allow our plants to die
Mhm.
because we had them in You remember, if y'all remember
Oh
from
my
the beginning,
gosh, they moved a lot.
we were first home, had no home to go to,
Hmm.
had no land to put everything, and then we had friends of the family. We kind of stacked everything that we could. We put everything in pots that we could. Some stuff we took to the RV park. Some stuff we was able to take care of. Some stuff we had to leave it out, just pretty
Hmm.
much at our friend's property. And
Pears. That's where I
yeah,
lost my pears.
yeah,
So I have to get a couple of more pears
mm,
to replace those because I don't think either one of those survive. What? Why are
yeah,
you looking around?
yeah. We got more
I'm saying
trees.
we got.
I need more cleared land.
Yeah, we're gonna clear some land.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Cause it's like what makes this thing difficult for me is we don't know where the house going. We don't know how we want to lay everything out. We don't know whether we want to put the house closer to the front of the property, further in the back. We're not sure how we're gonna run the water. And then if we don't put the house in this immediate area, we're gonna have to do another septic tank. It's a
hmm.
lot of unknowns right now. And it's not no pressure. It's relaxing to the part where until we choose the house, the home that we're going with, and then decide what's the positioning.
Mm.
It kind of, I would say, handicaps me to the part where I can't put anything in open space.
Well, soon I think soon what we're gonna do is just get our guy to come out here with. Hey, Belinda, how you doing? We're gonna
Hey,
get our
Belinda,
guy to come out here with the what you call it again?
with the excavator and
Yeah,
skid steer.
with the excavator, skid steer. It's a B around you. Just
Okay.
FYI. We're gonna get the guy to come out and then just clear out some more space. And I think we're just gonna have to go ahead and just put in another septic system.
Mm,
And then just push the house a little further back because like I have some visions of some things like we got to talk about it, but I think that would probably be the better plan is to go back a little bit further, like go back probably kind of to that maybe the third acre, and
third.
that
What
way,
is the third?
I mean, just like we on like the first,
Oh, you saying like 1 acre, 2 acres,
and
3 acres?
yeah, just go back like another acre. So if we could get him to like clear out an acre
So they're at the halfway point,
or
basically, where I was talking about originally. But
oh
the
well, that's way that's okay
what I was talking about originally was at the 10
at the 10 acre part.
10 acre section, like dead in the
But I
center.
think that will work
And
because I originally thought that too until they start calling out those prices on clearing the land. But I think now is probably a better time that it would work out better to be able to do that.
and then you got to also look at too. We have to build a roadway to get there to bring in materials and everything
Yeah,
else.
that's why
Yeah,
I'm saying like all of this right here, all of that, leave this road. Well, we're gonna have to take this
I
down.
like my road right there. You
We're
know what
gonna
I'm
have to
saying?
take this down, but that in the middle right there,
Yeah,
knock all of that out.
we probably do the roadway
You
through
got to
here.
move those apple trees.
Which apple tree?
Remember the original apple tree that's back there
No, if we cut through that section there, we'll be good.
by
I
the.
don't know why y'all.
They love you,
I
man.
know I get that. Get, like
But yeah,
they just begging for attention right now.
I think it's time to go back a little bit
I've
further.
been doubling my permaculture. Some deer and bugs. Oh, deer and bugs are real.
Hmm.
Um, Shenanigans will take over out of some. Yeah. Well, this is the thing. Some people saying, "Well, why y'all not planting in the ground? You got all that land. You got all this." That's the exact reason. We got rabbits. We got deers. We
We
got all.
planting in the ground.
We planting in the ground, but I want certain things like my salads and my
Well, yeah, yeah, yeah.
certain things. I just prefer them in my pot so I can harvest them, and then I can continuously harvest them, and then I can protect them at the same time.
Because that's what we used to do when we were at we were at our house prior to the one we just sold.
Good morning, GT Junior.
Um, Hi GT, how you doing?
What's up, man?
Um, when we were at the house prior to the one that we just sold, that's how we did. We had a closed in back porch. So we were growing the lettuce there on that porch. And then also when we were in the apartment on the balcony, we were growing, you getting in trouble. We were growing our lettuce and a couple of like leafy greens on the
Mm.
balcony. So yeah. I prefer to grow my lettuces kind of up,
Yeah.
you know, in the containers. I think I wouldn't say do better with them growing in the containers, but just to keep them kind of in a contained environment, I really like that.
So with the temperature coming, I mean, some
What's
of
the temperature there?
what's temperature here?
Yeah. What's
Uh,
that temperature? It is nice. It's beautiful. I just
yeah.
put on a
I got
hoodie
short
just
sleeve shirt. She got a
yeah,
hoodie. I
just
don't know what's up with that,
because the wind is blowing and
but it feels good though.
um one of my coworkers had the C word and me and her had been together a lot.
76 degrees.
It's 76 right now.
Yeah, it's
So, but
76.
it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's supposed to get up to like 80, 80, low 80s today here.
Yeah.
But she had, the C word. So, me and her had been spending a lot of time together. And oh, I'm fine cuz
Crying.
when I tell, my eyes just will not cooperate. Um when I came home, I just started taking the tincture and I've been
So
fine. I've been fine all week.
let's talk about it. We got cold season coming up. We got a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Let's talk about certain tinctures that our fam they're listening in. What are some of the things that you would suggest for them to kind of stock up on?
For everybody um except for Shakira, onions, red onions.
That's my
Red
favorite shower
onions.
right there.
I typically one of the staples that I am going to make every year is going to be honey infusions using red onions,
Hmm.
using burdock root if you can find fresh
Burdock,
burdock root,
fresh.
fresh burdock leaves, fresh dandelion leaves. Um, that's what I use. Garlic,
I just say garlic.
ginger.
Yeah.
So any of
So
those
how do you put it
fresh,
together? Like in honey, or how do
yeah.
you put it together?
I use honey for a lot of them, and I also use vodka.
So now, walk me through this.
Hmm.
Talk me like this is my first time doing it.
Hmm.
What did I do? Like first of all, you telling me go get this. Do I get plants? Do I get leaves? Do I get roots? Walk me through that whole process of everything you got.
Yeah, so I use a combination of the root and the leaves, just because I want to get all of the benefits. Like some things have more benefits in the root of the plant, and then others have more benefits in the leaves. So you just have to kind of do your research on which is which. However, I like a lot of the benefits in both, and so I'll typically end up like we had a lot of dandelion growing on the property back in Tallahassee, and so I would uh I would dig up we would have like some big dandelion plants. I would dig them up and I would typically get me one good size one with plenty of leaves once a year. There she go. Hey, Shy.
Hey, Shy, what's going on?
I would typically get me one nice size dandelion root, and that would sometimes last us for 2 years, kind of depending on how large it is. And so we had burdock. We had plenty of burdock. I've got to actually put some burdock seeds down out here because I have some. And I tried to start some earlier, but it was just so extremely hot that
Find something else to do.
none of the plants that I tried to start from seed really germinated. And so when we went to try to get some more of that stuff growing that we used to grow back on the original, well, that last property, um, I just couldn't get it to grow. So we do have dandelion that is growing out here, but not a whole lot of it because we had a lot of red clay back at the other property. And so now here we got a lot of stands. So it's a little different. The way that the setup is, it's just a little different. And we have to kind of work with what we have. So I do have some research to do, some stuff to learn. We were just talking about you. We were just talking about you, Shakira. I was telling them about using the red onions in the infusions and their garlic infusions and their tinctures. You can even just do one of the things that I use for like cough, like getting rid of cough with the children, if they would have cough or whatever. I would just take like some pure cane sugar and put that cane sugar. I think I did a short video over it one time. I have to try to find it. But take some pure cane sugar and just chop up some onions and just pour it over the onions and let it sit for 24 hours, 72 hours, however long it takes for that sugar to dissolve over your onions. And then just give them the liquid off of that. And it stops cough like very, very, very quickly. So I told you, hey Shani, how you doing?
Shy like through it.
Yeah, she hates onions. So
Sometimes the thing that we hate are the best things for us. You know what I'm
and it's
saying?
really good. And you don't even have to use onions, but if you can get garlic and just
Hey,
make
Juwan.
like a garlic infusion,
One minute.
uh
Look
I
who that
made
is.
hi Dewan, how you doing?
What's going on? Good to see you.
It's
Oh
great
my
to see you in the
goodness.
chat. Thank
Man,
you. Please tell the
man.
wife hello, hello for us.
Hello. Long time no hear from.
Yeah, we gotta be in touch like
Yeah, for
very
sure, for
soon.
sure. Need to do a Zoom or virtual meeting or something. What's up? Be
Yeah.
Rich, what's going on, my brother?
Hey, thank you, Be Rich.
I,
Thank you,
I
thank
just
you.
left because I'm moving something on the grill, Be Rich, you know.
Yeah, he is on the grill. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ever since early this morning, I've been trying to cook up a little something. I was just frowning
yes, I need a
at
video
the
for that. I've been
onions.
coughing for a month. I've been off YouTube because of my cough. Wow, wow. Yeah, that is one of like those super, super simple cough
Mullen,
remedies.
mullen,
Yeah, you definitely want to
mullen.
protect your lungs. That
Yeah,
that mullein tincture. Um, Take you some vodka, get you some fresh mullein leaves. If
mullen
you have
leaves.
like Amish stores around, if you have
Sometimes Oriental stores will have. Yeah,
Chinatown,
yeah.
if you have those type of things, then they'll have a lot of this stuff already on
And
hand,
some of
guys.
the Indian stores
And some
too
of
as
the
well.
Indian stores, like we have one that caters to the Muslim community in Tallahassee.
Hmm.
And when we want something really fresh, that's where we go. We go to that particular store.
Now, if you don't have stores in your area, if some of y'all are rural or what have you, and if you do go to maybe an Asian restaurant or maybe a Caribbean restaurant or something, ask them, do they know where they can obtain some fresh, whatever it is, whether it's
Hmm.
mullein, whether it's
And don't sleep on growing it yourself.
turmeric. And if you can get it, go ahead and get some where you can take and get some that you can grow yourself.
And another thing, let me
Mhm.
give you another one. Who was that just said that my cup runneth over? Take you some red. You could put red onion on the bottom of your feet,
Yeah.
and put on some socks. Let it stay all night. It's gonna pull some mucus and
Hmm.
all types of stuff out of your system. So we don't give our baby medication. We don't give her over the counter medications unless she gets like really sick to the point where the natural things aren't working like fast enough. If she has a really high fever or something like that, but we don't give her over the counter medications or anything. We feeding her a
Hey, Shiny 2003.
really good diet. And so that's what we do with her. If she has a fever, if she
J3BS,
has
what's up,
a
bro?
how you doing, J3? If she has a cough or any of that stuff, we put the red onions under her feet. Now, here's another thing. If you have an infection going on, you can also
That
do the
garlic.
same thing with garlic, with the exception, with the exception that you cannot put the garlic directly on your skin.
Mm,
So you're gonna have to use gauze or something like that. So you're gonna get the essence of the garlic that is pulling impurities out of your system. Put some, socks on to hold the garlic wrapped in gauze on the bottom of your feet. It pulls all types of impurities out of your system. So that's some of the stuff that we do. We are not we old school.
yeah.
My mom grew up giving us castor oil. We had once a year where we had to line up, and you talk about the ugly cries would be out of this world because we had to line up. She made us all line up, all six of us, and you're gonna take this castor oil because we're not doing doctor visits, and we didn't have to go to the doctor.
Mm.
So we stick to our natural
Let me
remedies.
check the chat because
Yeah,
I can't.
yeah. The onion on my feet, my grandma taught us about. Yeah.
It'll pull. It'll definitely pull
Um,
them toxins out.
this
Now,
is all crucial information, especially this time of year.
now
Yes.
one thing about when you start taking things, um, you probably gonna not feel well. Don't let it alert you so much. I mean, you need to be conscientious of what you're going through. But when toxins are being pulled out of you,
Hmm.
they gotta come to the surface. And when they come to the surface, sometimes sweating is a good thing, getting
Hmm.
active, moving around. And when you take in some of these things, these purifiers, if you move around and just go for a walk or do
Hmm.
different things, it's gonna work your system.
Hmm.
And when your system start to work, you're gonna probably feel bad, feel not so good. But then you go when you
Your
start to,
skin may break out.
yep, all of that,
You may see stuff coming out of your eyes.
yeah,
You may start having bathroom visits where you're starting to see mucus coming out. So
smells, different
yeah,
smells, and
all
different things
types
like
of
that.
things happen. Sorry, I didn't mean to
And
interrupt.
what's happening is your body is getting rid of all those toxins. And when your body start to get rid of it, it it have to expel that through your skin, through your eyes,
Hmm.
through your pores, everything. So just stay hydrated.
Hmm.
Stay hydrated. Drink a bunch of water. Let it flow. Let it go. And after a while, you're gonna really feel clean inside. You're gonna mentally feel clean. It's gonna be a lot of different things that are gonna transition in your body, and you're gonna notice it.
Coconut water. Those waters that y'all did at Sue Grace, guys. Yeah, I know you did. I was just living life. How you doing? I know you did do it.
So why you
When you were
can't put
getting,
Shy asked the question, why
oh,
you can't put garlic on your skin?
because it'll burn you.
Yeah.
It'll burn your skin.
Understand this stuff is you got
This is powerful.
yeah.
Like what the Most High made everything that we need. Literally
Hmm.
everything that we need. But you got to know how to use the stuff. And when you start to, do your research, um, and figure out a lot of this stuff, a lot of things that we call weed is
Hmm.
actually medicine.
Yeah.
I actually got to harvest some goldenrod so I can take to Lisa Williams. Lisa Williams, got to take Lisa Williams some goldenrod from out here. A lot of the stuff that we call weed is actually medicine. It actually was put here for a reason. So if you can get your app together, iPhone has a built-in app where you can take pictures of things and it'll tell you what it is. And a lot of times, the picture this app may not be perfect. It may not be right on point,
Especially
but
when it
it's
comes to
gonna
herbs
put
and stuff.
you. But it's going to put you in the ballpark. It's going to put you in the family. And then you just have to do your research from that point.
And one thing about the picture of this app, um, where I want to caution you is about young plants. A lot of times young plants look very similar to other plants. So try to get a more mature plant when you're using that app because some of the young one it will confuse the
Mm.
identity of.
Yeah, yeah, it will, but it'll put you in the family. And so once you look up the family, then you'll be able to look at different pictures of different things in that family and kind of figure by the pictures, especially once things start to flower.
So
You'll be
Shy
able to see
said
what it
that
is.
she was asking because she felt like the onions is way stronger than the garlic.
I
I
don't know
don't know.
now. I
I
don't
don't know.
know.
I could
I've
bite
been
in an onion.
eating. I've been eating on some
That
garlic
garlic?
all week. I actually we actually eat fresh
Yeah.
red onions on our salad, or whatever. But
That garlic,
the
I mean, if you
garlic,
get real garlic,
ooh,
man, that stuff is pungent and
and
it's
one of
strong.
yeah, one
It
of the things
burns.
we used to do was we used to pull up the garlic by the root,
Yeah.
and we would eat it fresh out of the yard.
Yeah.
So all of that type of stuff, we got to get all of that stuff back.
Yeah.
We got to get it
We got
growing out
so
here.
much we have to get,
Yeah.
and it's just it's a long process, and we have to take our time. And then you get some, and then what we got to build up to. Once you get some, you got to divide it, spread it, and it takes years for a lot of
Shaq said I found out my weeds were actually plantains. See,
that.
exactly. And then there are different varieties of the plantain herb. There are some that are round that look like um a dollar, like a round dollar. And then the one that I had, it was like long. It was like long, you know, skinny leaves. So there are different varieties of all types of things. How you doing, Howie?
What's up, Howard?
Happy
Food,
Sunday to you.
forest, permaculture. How you
Good to
doing?
see you. But yeah, get those seeds. Get those seeds because that haven't let I mean, we already know. If we're gonna talk about growing anything, we're gonna talk about saving those seeds as well. Because you want to have that stuff. You want to be able to have a continual supply of that stuff. Because if things start to be made illegal, then we want to already have that stuff on hand and not have to worry about where we're going to get it from. We'll If we're saving seeds, then we can continue to share with each other.
Appreciate that, Howard. Now, one thing that you just brought up that I feel like is so important, people understand in the beginning. Let me go back. In the beginning, when we first moved to Florida, you would go to nurseries. There was a lot of different nurseries, private owned nurseries. There was a lot of people who had nurseries in their yard. Now, you watched over the years, the big box stores have pretty much, they were so low and you could buy plants for so cheap that they literally suppressed all of these local growers, right? Now, what we notice is these big box stores only limit us to certain varieties of plants, certain varieties of seeds. It's so limited. And one of the things that I definitely want to encourage you to do is collect your seeds, keep your seeds, because in the future, I think we're going to really be limited on our options on what type of seeds, what type of varieties of plants, and a lot of different things, because it's just going to be nothing but financial gain, financial domination over a large number of varieties. It used to be where I could go to a nursery in Florida, I could buy all types of palm trees. I love palm
Mm,
trees. Now, when you go there, it's only very limited palm trees, and most of them will not survive
mm-hmm.
outside in my area. I have to literally go to somewhere in the backwoods on the nursery to find some of the things that I'm looking for.
Or go to South Florida.
You can go to South Florida and they
They
still
ain't gonna
limited.
survive.
That's the thing.
Listen,
They
I
still
saw
limit.
a lot. I
I
saw a
know, I know
lot.
I saw a lot too. I seen farms, but you have only certain pockets of it. It's not like a large variety of them like it used to be.
Mm,
You used to be riding down the road and see a nursery and then be able to stop by and pick up a wide range of different things. And
that's true.
different nurseries specialize in different plants. And some of these plants we don't see them. We don't
Mm,
see them in the nursery. So I'm just saying they're there, but get them while they're there, and
yeah.
take the opportunity that you can. And sometimes we be so caught up in $20 or $30 that we don't realize some of the things that we may be thinking about or on the fence about. We need to
Man,
jump on them.
if I had been driving, I would when I went to Miami. If I had been driving, I
Hmm.
would have come back with a carload because and I know we have to protect them. Just like we have to do our citrus. We're just gonna have to find the best way to protect them. Get our plastic in place, get whatever we need in place to build like little boxes over them, or whatever.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to do it for the citrus anyway. So just make like the greenhouse effect for a lot of this stuff. We have to do the same thing for the palms while they're young. When they get bigger, they're fine, you know. But
And there's some palms that we simply can't grow up here.
yeah,
You, I watch a lot of large palms. If it get real cold, they be big and they just kill them. I mean,
mm,
they just die. But you just gotta be conscientious of what type of plants you can grow in your area, because like Gigi said, you take care of your nourishment, they become very hardy, and then you get one hard cold, and it's like it's wiped out all them years. So we got a lot of bees right now. They're
yeah,
everywhere,
they everywhere. They
and
kept getting in the RV yesterday,
yeah.
and I because I had the I was like I said I was taking the honey infusion, so had it out on the counter. And so I didn't know if that's why they kept coming in there, but I just kept having to run them out. And, they look like honeybees, so I'm trying not to kill them. um, but I just had to keep running them out because they kept some type of way getting in there. And then once I put it away, no more came in. Once I put the honey away. So
So the everyday life of an OCD-ish chick. What's going
Nikki, how
on,
you
Nikki? How
doing,
you doing? Good
Nikki?
morning. So how many of y'all are feeling the effects of these student loans?
Oh my God.
Are y'all feeling any student loans?
They got me
If
good.
if
They
y'all
got me
if
good.
y'all have some student loans that are popping up right now and changing y'all life, put your thumbs up. Put your thumbs up. If it's
Hold on, let me put my
if you got
thumbs
any
up in this
student
thing.
loans that messing up with your homestead and plan, put your thumbs up. Or maybe you got some student loans that's messing with your wardrobe plan, put your thumbs up.
Miss Shirley, how you
Hey, Miss
doing?
Shirley. Oh, G Gardner. I saw your live on
Awaken
this week
seed
too.
planter. Hello, hello, how you
Great
doing?
live. Some of y'all ain't got no student loans, right? I get that, but some people are really being affected. I heard a lady who said that her student loans were about around um $800 or $900. Bam.
Yeah,
I mean, good coopity coo, man. What's
yeah,
going on with the student loan?
yeah. Yeah,
And
that hurt a little bit. I ain't gonna lie.
it hit different now.
It
It
hit
hit
different.
different.
I was like, well, hey, it's me and them. It's me and them. We just gotta do what we gotta do.
But if you think about it, if you get a bill that you weren't really expecting,
Nah, I wasn't expecting that bad.
and
Wasn't no
then you
time
you
soon.
talking about eight, seven, $300, $400 a month,
Yeah,
I mean that can change a lot of
yeah.
things,
Oh yeah, that changed your
And
life.
then we got people who now buy homes,
Yeah,
and we got the debate about is now the time to buy the homes, and not no, you wait on the interest rate. I just don't see the interest rate. Let me get this meat.
yeah. Smelling good. Yeah, no, I don't know if y'all saw Eco Neighbor's video about the interest rate. About well, basically he was talking about what's the best time to buy a home, land, whatever. What's the best time? And to us, when we started out, when we bought our first home, the interest rate was like almost 8%. So I don't know. We were just like, okay, we gonna do it. And we didn't. I know when my mom was paying for a house, the interest rate was probably 10, between 10 and 12. I know it was very, very high because they got into those subprime loans. They came into certain communities, uh, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, building homes, and then they were putting people in very, very bad situations because every time they got a raise, every time they got a pay increase, the mortgage would go up. And I can't. I love you. I love you. Every time they got a pay increase, the loans would go up. So if you remember hearing all of that stuff that happened back in the, let's see,
80s.
80s, because I think our house was built in, I was young. I was really young because I remember running around on the land playing
That
hide
might
and
have been the
seek.
60s.
Hush.
No, I'm just saying.
I
I'm
remember
talking about
running
way back in the
around.
day.
I remember when they built the neighbor's house. They built the neighbor's house before ours, so that was one of the places that we would run to. We would run playing hide and seek behind the neighbor's house, and so they built a whole neighborhood in there. And that had to be in like the late
Jim
80s.
Walters. Jim Walters home.
They weren't Jim Walters.
There was a lot of homes being built by Jim Walters.
Yeah, but
And
ours was not.
oh, okay. You
But
sure?
whoever, I'm positive,
Oh,
whoever, because all Jim Walters homes, you could tell them when you saw them. You knew what they were, but that wasn't one of them. But um, so anyway, they gave a lot of subprime loans that were very, very predatory. So anytime these families in this neighborhood would get pay increases, they went up. Did we know anything about refinancing? No, we did not.
mm,
We didn't know anything about any of that type of stuff.
there
So
was no information really
there was
about.
there was the
Now,
information was not readily available
yeah.
to us.
Can you imagine right now living right now without no internet? We wouldn't be here talking to you all, right? If you can imagine a world where you had to literally pick up a phone and find a certain number. You read things in newspapers and books, and just think about it. By the time you even I remember the IBD. Uh,
Mm,
what's his name?
perfect.
Buffett. Warren Buffett had a newspaper, and I used to do my stocks based on his newspaper. And you had to wait to the new release. He provided a newspaper just about once a week, a weekly newspaper,
Hmm.
and you had to study and research your stocks. Everything was on either paper in the news. You had to wait on information,
Hmm.
and if you did not know what to search for, there was no way that information was kept from you.
Hmm.
You wouldn't even know anything about the information. But
Hmm.
now we are so blessed that we got
Woo.
an opportunity to tune in to people that are doing things
Hmm.
far greater than what we're doing. We're watching people do things so fast that it used to take decades to do. Now
Hmm.
they're doing it within years and months.
Hmm.
And so we are at such a vantage point right now that I just hope that we embrace those situations. We be strategic and intentional about how we take in information.
Feed Vision. How you doing?
Seed Vision, how you doing?
It says we've started goldenrod and black walnut tinctures. Oh, that's
That black
powerful.
walnut
That
serious, man. That
powerful
black
right there.
walnut, something serious.
Ooh, you want to clean out that body. You want to get rid of some
Ooh, woo.
parasites. Get on some black
That
walnut.
black walnut, real.
Seed Vision said, "Good morning, Homestead family. The wife and I are getting our 5-acre homestead together now. Lots of hard work,
Yeah.
but it will be worth it in the end. Doing it for our kids' future.
Wow.
That's what I'm talking about."
Wow. So the hard work. Let me tell you all. A lot of times we talk about the hard work, we talk about the disappointments, we talk about a lot of the challenges. But I'm telling you, now I think we are in the stride where we're really appreciating what we've done.
Mhm.
Waking up in the morning with no obligations,
Hmm.
no one tapping on your door about coming to get your car, no one tapping on the door about getting your home. You putting a tree here, you painting a post, you put some decorative um, artwork somewhere. You have a sense of peace that I cannot explain.
Hmm.
You wake up maybe 2 o'clock in the morning, you hear coyotes just hollering and screaming. Or sometimes Sean wakes up because something rattling in Sean's cage,
Hmm.
but it's still so beautiful. It just connects you with life and lets you know that there's something greater than just getting up, going to work,
Hmm.
staying up for 8, 10, 12 hours, going back home, picking up the kids, going to practice, doing it slows down life and allows you to really hear the breeze, to feel the change in temperature, to see the sunrise, to see the sunset, to look up at the stars, to see the stars dancing and glittering.
Hmm.
When the last time you really looked at the stars to just see them? They said, twinkle, twinkle, little star. Have you really looked at them lately to see them twinkle? Do they still twinkle in your life?
Hmm.
Do you still sit back and watch and enjoy those things? And then right now, what I would like to do is take about 3 seconds. No, five. Let's do 5 seconds. I don't know if y'all can hear the wind blowing, but it's a gentle breeze. But let us go 5 seconds. Nothing but quiet. That's what it's like.
And to feel it. Oh my
Oh
God.
my good. That's what it's like. Yeah. It's a winning season, y'all. I encourage you all to jump out here and just do it, y'all. Hey, Miss Cheryl,
Hi,
how you
Cheryl
doing?
Faulkner. How you doing?
Oh, Black Walnut, send me some, please. That what Shy said. All right, you got to send Shy some.
I don't have any. I just know about it. I don't have any. I
So
need to get some
Howard
though.
said making biochar for new food garden made from a lawn. Good Sunday to everyone. We'll see you again soon. Thank you. Thank you for coming
Thank
in, my
you,
brother.
Howie. Take care of yourself.
What's up, Seed Vision? Sometimes you can just sit on your property and just enjoy the peace. It makes you
Never want to go back to the
never
city.
want
You
to go back
ain't
to the.
never
You know,
lied.
every time when we enter into the
We're
city,
like, here we go.
it's such aggression, man.
Yeah.
It's like we can come into the city about 7 o'clock in the morning,
Hmm.
and people are so freaking aggressive, man.
Yes.
It's like I don't know what it's a chemical difference.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that goes inside people's bodies,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, this the thing. If you late for work, shit, you late for work.
Mm.
What's the difference?
Just call.
You know, I
Just
mean,
call.
I
Say,
mean,
hey, I'm
pull
gonna
to
be a
the
little late.
side, pull to the side, text, call, email,
Yeah.
and just say, hey, I'm running late. Some of y'all just run late every day. It don't even really matter. You ain't got to
And
call.
leave earlier. Leave earlier.
You
Give
know,
yourself, and that's what we do. We make sure that we get out of here when we're supposed to get out of here,
yeah,
and that way, what I always say, oh, if we're running behind,
we're
we
gonna
with the
run into
who?
the crazy.
We running into the
Yeah,
crazy. We're
every
running
time.
into the late people,
Yep,
and they are just a 15-minute difference.
it's aggression.
You notice the level of aggression that you run into.
Now imagine here you are. You go to bed. You drink your natural tea. You sit. You meditate. You relax. You go in. You go to sleep. You have beautiful dreams, beautiful visions. You wake up in the morning. You may pray. You may listen to some positive affirmations. You may read something. You take your bath or you do whatever you need to do. You put on some music, something nice and light, sweet, and then you go and then you get mixed in, and all of a sudden all you feel is static and aggression. And then you go into the place where you like, man, I've been in a zone and containing my zone, and then you just dealing with nothing but hurry, rush,
Hmm.
frustration, short patience,
And that's all it is.
and it's like
A lot.
this is why you have to protect yourself to the part where you want to acquire a place of peace.
Mm,
Be intentional about acquiring a place of peace in your life,
mm,
whether you stay there full time or whether you come and visit. You want to establish a border around things and forces away from you that you can't control.
hmm. And we used to try it so much, when we lived in the city. We did everything in our power to make sure that we were going to be at peace, in our environment, in our little property. We made sure that we did everything possible. But there was always somebody who was going to solicit something. They were going to come through your neighborhood. They were going to come knocking on your doors. They were going to come trying to convert you to something or get you to sign up for something, even though, you know, we tried our best to just have our environment where it was as peaceful as possible. And every time the neighbor see you outside and he come with that, that doggone blower. I'm like, what are you blowing? What are you blowing again? And it was just to get attention. And we were just surrounded by that type of thing. So that's why we were like, okay, we need us a good 5 to 10 acres. Let's get us a good 5 to 10 acres so we can have really have some space to where we can put a little bit of space around us and not have to worry and be in a place where we don't have to worry about people coming to knock on our door. If you come down this driveway,
Or you gotta have a reason.
you got to have a reason to come down this driveway. Now, some of the country people, they just like, hey, like we had some people come up needing help with their car,
Mhm.
needing help with their tractor, like stuff like that happens.
Yeah.
Um, but as far as somebody just coming to try to sell you things or
Yeah,
preach to you or any of that,
you
it
don't
just
have it.
doesn't happen.
Yeah,
It
you
don't
don't
happen
have
out
it.
here. We
What's
we
going
far
on in
enough
the
out
chat?
where it don't happen out here. Hold on.
So what's y'all temperatures right now? Where are you? What zone are you in? And give me your temperatures. Let me know where y'all are. You can hear
Yeah,
leaves fall. Yeah.
yeah.
Listen,
Oh,
you can let me tell you. Have you ever heard a pine needle leaf hit the ground? No. Have you ever heard a pine needle leaf hit the ground?
yeah.
You hear it out here.
You hear
You hear everything.
everything, everything.
I
You're
can
gonna
hear the
hear it.
wings on a bee buzzing around, flapping. There's birds that's walking in the woods and you can hear.
Yeah.
Yesterday afternoon, I was on the edge down the trail, and Musa and Shaka, we were listening to people talking.
Mhm.
And and for people to be talking around our property, that means they are maybe 20 to 30 acres away.
Mhm.
You can hear people conversation 20 to now some people just got a big mouth.
Yeah.
And that person had a big mouth. But they had to be at least 20 to 30 acres away because we have no neighbor.
Yeah.
Literally, our neighbors is nature,
Yeah.
you know.
The deer,
And we did
the
lose.
raccoons.
We lost a possum last night.
Oh, we did.
Yeah,
Oh, did the dogs get him?
no, it got hit by a car
Oh,
when I went to the store this morning.
oh.
So let us rest in peace for Mr. Possum.
Mm, good job, Carter.
Oh my goodness, man, boy, you are just a hater. You can hate.
Because that possum would have made his way right over to my chickens. So
The wife and
look at
I
nature doing his job.
go to state parks and collect all the black walnuts we can. Ooh, you
Yeah.
might want to not want to put that in the
Yeah.
chat,
Don't
my
tell
friend.
nobody. Don't
I'm just
tell nobody.
saying, you might not want to put that. That's called stealing, my friend. Eh.
um, Tammy said, I swear my neighbor always trying to get attention with her blower all the time. Yeah, we had this one. And when we put up the wall, here's the funny thing.
Come on, man.
He go put up the wall so that we can have some privacy from this one guy. Okay. This man would get up on the house. Hey, hey buddy, how you doing?
I mean, dude.
I would be crying. And he was so hot. He was so mad. He was like, man, I can't
I'm
even
like,
sit in my backyard.
I had me a little nook where I had some camellia, big mature camellias, and I had grown a hedge where it was like it's probably about the size of this area right here, where I had hedges behind me, around me, and I would sit there, and I don't know how in the world this dude would see me. Next thing you know, I hear chop, 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 chop.
Oh, you
And you
remember when
remember
he killed
there
Savon? Oh
I was
my
going
God.
there. I was
Yeah.
going there. So tell what happened.
You tell it.
Look,
I'm
I'm
at
living my
peace. I'm
best
living
life.
my best
I'm
life.
living my best life.
I don't wanna
We got
think
a
about it.
chain link fence, right?
Mm,
And it had a nice vine. It had ivy growing all over it, right? And then it was meshed in with some sculptor vines, nice and thick. And what it did, it created a border and a buffer between me and my neighbor, right? And it would be so lush in the springtime, the summertime, and it'll start die back a little bit. You can kind of see through it, but here it was in the prime of its life. The same guy cut the main stalk of this plant and killed the whole vine over the fence
because it got too big for
where
him
he
to be
couldn't
able
see.
to
Cause he
see.
he wasn't vertically he was vertically challenged, right?
Look, he was stylish.
Yeah, he was tallish, right? And I was letting it get like let this grow, let it grow. And I was just like letting it just I don't care if it connected to trees and built a wall.
Yeah, let that
He did
thing get
not
huge.
like
He did
that.
not
That
like that type
thing
of
got to the
attention.
part where it was on my side. He
Hmm.
couldn't control what I was doing on my side. But then he ended up cutting the bush.
He ended up killing. I don't know if he dug it up at the root
I don't
or
know what
if
he
he
did.
just chopped it,
And we talking about years of
and
growth. We
it
talking
was,
about
yeah,
decades of
it
growth.
was so big and lush,
Yeah.
and just it provided that natural privacy that we like. How you doing, Wayne?
Aqua
70,
seed planter.
71. Said
People
71.
be
8B
tailgating
71 said Jason
like,
Davis.
yeah,
76 in the birds of Cypress, Texas. All right,
how you
all right.
doing?
So it's beautiful.
76. Okay.
68 in Maryland, zone
Maryland
7A.
68. That's not bad.
70, Be Rich.
70.
64, Mazik. How you doing, Mazik? 58 in Cleveland.
Oh wow. 58 Cleveland, Ohio.
Lord,
Oof.
Lord.
That's a little brisk. It
Yep,
got
yep,
down to 49 tonight. I mean
yep.
this morning. This morning we woke up. Well, I know I woke up probably about around 2, 3 ish, and it was
Mhm,
49 degrees.
mm.
It got a little cool.
Yeah, yeah. It was cold, cold. And
Some
what
people,
you had to do? I thought we were out of propane. We ran out of propane, or you
no,
just had to
no,
just
need to
shake it or
recharge.
something.
No, recharge the system.
Oh, okay.
One thing about people, they feel like they get these RVs, they can be off grid, they can do this and that. You're gonna have to recharge your batteries. Deep cycle batteries need recharging, and
Mhm,
everything is system integrated. Even though you might have an all propane refrigerator,
mhm.
it still needs some electrical charge to keep things going, to keep things moving. And when you don't have that electrical charge, it will seem like you're out of what you need, but you actually, it's all integrated. So it's kind of hard. I did not know how much we relied on electricity until we got off grid.
Mm.
If you think about almost everything you buy, and we get well, we get companies sending us gifts to try out, and
Yeah.
I keep telling people, and
Send in some solar
I'm
power
like
stuff.
straight up, I don't mind sending you this back, but you need to give me the ticket because I didn't ask for this,
Yeah,
and you got to understand that everything y'all sending me is electrical.
yeah.
I'm off grid.
We need solar.
You tell me you watch, you enjoy, you love the channel, but you don't. You watch 2 or 3 seconds, like a lot of commenters. Oh, this is about such such. Some people say put the subject matter in your video. I don't put the subject matter in my eco news because I want you to watch. If I put the subject matter, you'd be like, oh, okay, this is what it's about. All right, I watched 3 seconds, I'm done. No, I need people to watch, to take it in, to absorb, to look at the process, because you might get something that you can use and add to your life. You know
You
what I'm
just
saying?
might.
You just might. I don't know. I ain't got but 50 years of experience. You know what I'm saying? You might just get a little bit. So Happy Max at 45 in Waterville, New York. Where is Waterville, New York?
Ooh, Miss Grace said they ran into their first copperhead. Sorry, sorry.
No, you fine.
I hope y'all got him.
So do you leave your copperheads alone or do you knock them off? This is the question before Gigi answers that.
I'm not gonna answer. I'm gonna let this.
This is the question. Do if you find a poisonous snake on your property, do you let it be its great to keep pests down, to keep the sick, the lame, to clean up like possum? Do you kill them or do you let them become alive? I'm fixing to get ready to
What
take the
y'all
meat
do?
off. What y'all do? Just out of curiosity.
Let me know. I ain't gonna say nothing. How you doing, Duval City girl? How you doing? Nothing electric will be coming that way. The information you give is very beneficial to those like me and my wife. Listen, we just talking about what we do. Like we do this, and we just showing we have learned a tremendous amount since we have been out here. We had never just been like off grid. In the beginning we were just boondocking it. So we've never been in this situation. We've had, a couple of other pieces of property that were not as large, but we've never been in the RV camping every day, glamping. We can't even call this camping, but we've never had to glamp it every day of our life. We grew up in houses and things. So now at this point, it's like when we got out here, or when we first got to our new friend's house, who allowed us to come on their property when we didn't have anywhere to go. We got out there and we didn't have all of that stuff. We had some used batteries that were sold with the RV. We had to do the best that we could at the time. Had to go and get propane. That was my first time, my first experience ever with propane, with having to go and get propane and making sure that people who were filling up your tank actually knew what they were doing. We've had a couple of times where, we felt like it didn't really get filled up for what we paid. So now that we've been doing this for a year and a half, going on beginning of next year will be 2 years, we've learned a lot of stuff. So we're looking into getting a camper to live out of while working on the land as well. Well, I don't know where you live. I don't know what your extremes are in terms of temperatures and things, but we're in Florida and it gets hot. It gets very, very hot. And I think that is, I don't know if the extreme hot is the worst or if the extreme cold is the worst. I feel the verdict is out for me on that. What did you think? Is the
Well,
extreme hot the worst
we
or?
in a kind of weird place. We in North Florida, and North Florida, if you think about it, Florida is a peninsula,
Hey, Ben.
and then just imagine here we are in, like, we're not in Central Florida, we're not in South Florida, and it's a big difference in temperature between
Mhm.
Central Florida and South. And I'm talking about humidity. I'm talking
Mhm.
about a lot of the barometric pressure.
Mhm.
It's a lot different. It could be 80 degrees here and 89 there, and the feel and the temperature is totally like night and day.
Mhm.
Here, we have a lot of humidity and strong temperature, to the part where I don't know why he messing with where I'm keep fixing the thing yet.
I don't know. I thought he was at bees or something. Are those ground hornets or whatever? We have some up there.
You do?
Yes, we have
You need to let
a.
me know where
It,
that's at.
I got it. You when you walk up there, you gonna see it. Like there's no way to miss it. So we're gonna have to really do something
Yeah, I got to
about
get
that
rid of them.
because
I
those
got them.
things are like that's what almost sent him into anaphylaxis last. What
Yeah,
was that last year? Year before last?
almost every
Year
year
before
when I'm
last.
doing yours.
So yeah,
Yeah, cause those are rough. Those are rough.
so we gotta get rid of those. But what was I saying? I totally
No,
lost.
I was saying, here you have like the humidity, and it does get cold here. Like the first winter that we were here, it
Mhm.
got down to 17 degrees for
Mhm.
like 2 and 3 days.
And see, I wasn't here, so I didn't get to experience it. But I did, however, I got to come back to all of the mold. I had to
Oh
remove
yeah,
the cushions from everything in the camper and had to go through and clean up all of that mold because the when you don't have insulation then you're going to get all of the condensation
yeah.
and all of that wetness.
Hmm.
It created mold. So thankfully, I don't know what I was doing, but I was able to see it. Yeah, you messing with those bees, they
Yeah,
got
that
you,
what
didn't they?
happened. Yep,
They
yep.
got you
So
good.
so Shaka is messing with bees
Got
and
him
just
good.
trying to eat them, and it popped 'em. Yep.
But anyway, I had to go through it and clean up all of that mold, and have to wipe the walls down and all of that type of stuff. And you have to kind of do that anyway, even with houses with
Yeah.
windows and
We
all
had
of
that
that
same
stuff.
issue
You
even where
still
we
have
work.
to go
Cause
through
we have it
and
nice and cozy and warm in the house, and the windows get to sweating
hey
and
Stacy, how you
all
doing?
around the windows. It to get like
J3
that.
said, another one bites the dust. I don't care what kind it is.
Oh my goodness. What you talking about? The
The
snakes?
snake.
Yeah. Catch
He
us up
said
on the
another
chat
one
because
bites
we
the dust.
got some
We caught up.
conversation.
We caught up.
Okay.
We caught up. Miss Nada said, yeah, got a rude awakening when y'all moved there. I was raised basically off grid, super poor. Now I'm happy it happened that way. It taught us survival skills most kids just don't get. You are absolutely right. You're absolutely right about that. It it's something when like we got this one really bougie daughter that
Which one is that?
you know who that is. And she really is just like, nah, y'all can have all of that. Y'all can have all that country life stuff. She walk around with her uh Starbucks frappuccinos and all of that stuff.
Where she
So,
get that from?
but anyway,
That's that deep down other side of Gigi, what it is.
uh-oh.
Oh what?
Oh, he's okay.
Oh what?
I thought I was seeing him kind of swelling, but he's all right. He
Well,
was
he
he was
swell, he
just
swell.
he was doing
I mean, oh well. You buying bees, you're gonna pay the price.
you gotta
That's how you learn.
say you gonna bring me some Benadryl.
I put them to sleep.
You gonna bring me some Benadryl.
Yeah. One
Yeah,
got
keep that
bit
at
by
the
a snake. And
uh
yeah, I mean
he
sticking
got
his
bit
nose.
by something, child. I don't
It
know
was
what it was.
those were fangs. You could
Oh,
tell.
okay.
He swole up real bad and gave
Gave
him
him
them
that nice Benadryl.
Benadryl a couple of days and he came on back to life.
He was all right.
That what we used to do back in the day. We ain't, I don't know.
Some
I
people run to the vet
They
for
run to the doctor, everything.
everything.
I got coworkers, man. This dog will sneeze hard and maybe have a little regurgitation of mucus, and they gone. They gone to the doctor, and I'm like,
You don't get over there and get you some tincture.
man, you better feed these dogs some
Sit down
garlic
somewhere.
and season the meat. I mean, oh, let me tell y'all something. Y'all dog lovers, y'all didn't warn me how expensive having dogs are
Oh
these
my
days.
gosh.
This food and stuff,
Yeah, this food is
it's
nuts.
off the
Why you
chain.
keep moving that?
I'm trying to get it where it's balanced, right? This food and stuff is off the chain.
Yeah.
We are buying from country stores regular food like meat,
Yeah.
like pig
They
tails,
just
pig
getting, yeah,
ears,
pig ears,
um,
pig feet,
pig feet,
chicken, pork
hearts,
chops.
chicken hearts. We buying all kinds of stuff because it's cheaper than
It's cheaper
the
than the dog
dog
food.
food.
Yeah.
And the dog food, you don't know what that stuff is you're giving these
And
dogs.
they do not like it.
They don't
They
like
in
it.
the beginning we were saying, they don't like the dog food. They don't like the dog food. And then people were saying, just let them get hungry. These dogs are like, mm-mm.
I'm
That
going
mess that
fasting.
mess stink, and I will not eat if I gotta deal with that.
Yep.
And they are just like, mm-mm. They just not doing it. They just ain't eating it. They don't care. They don't care. Green Grass Strauss, how you doing? Says my grandmother always made her own dog food,
Mm,
had meat and rice and peas and squash and blueberries, and they loved it. They
that
really,
sounds good to me.
you know, they really don't like the fruit and things. Like they
Yeah,
play
they
with the
funny about that.
blueberries. They very funny. They just want meat.
Yeah.
They basically just want them some meat, and they're good with that. Um, Try feeding 4 greedy German shepherds. Yeah, and these
Who
are,
said that, Nick?
yeah,
I
Nikki.
figured that was you. I
These
figured.
are German Shepherd and Malinois mix. So yeah, we get it. They
Yeah,
and they can go and they will
yeah. I need to
keep
fill them out on
eating.
my taxes though.
They will keep eating. We have an old wok that we put their food in. Y'all know how big a wok is,
I
like a
kill
full
that
size
little
wok,
bit.
and they will eat every bit of it. They will eat every bit of it. So yeah, they can go. They can really eat.
Now, one of the things that we're watching too is the weather is very unstable. It's like 1 minute is warm, 1 minute is cold. And we got plants and we got a lot of different fruit trees. And one of the things that we like to do, we like to wait till we get a little slight frost before we harvest our citrus. But with the instability of the weather and these weather patterns, they saying Ryan Hall done already said next week we're gonna run into some moisture
Oh, okay.
over the eastern. We have not been getting rain for about 2 months now,
Yeah.
and it's been dry, dry, dry. So I'm hoping next week, I think it's the latter part of next week. Hopefully we'll get some rain. Now, what I like to do when it's been dry and haven't had a lot of rain like that, I like to go ahead and fertilize some of my
Mm,
plants. So what I'll probably be doing before it rains, I'll take a little fertilizer. Um, this time of the year, I love my 10-10-10. I got to get me some 10-10-10. And with 10-10-10, you got to be careful. Um,
mm-hmm.
some plants don't need a lot of 10-10-10. You don't really want to use a lot of 10-10-10, period.
Mm-hmm.
But some of it, you just want to sprinkle a little 10-10-10. And then some of it, like the trees and the good hard wood, I like to give it a nice um, feeding of 10-10-10. But 10-10-10 is like the all purpose for me, my go to. And over the years, I just grew up with it. My big mama used it all the time.
Mm,
And so that's my go to. And I know how to feed certain plants. If I know they're very uh, not woody plants, I typically don't give them too much. But now collard greens and stuff like that, yeah, they love it. They
mm.
love it. Tomatoes, they love it. But we're still growing peppers here. We still got a lot of
Right.
stuff that people are not able to grow. What I like to do in this zone 8B is take a look at what people were growing during their springtime up north and what they were winning with. And that's typically what I like to grow right now going into the winter
Hey, veggie
because
farming.
that's the best way that we finding our successes at the same time.
Wait until you take them to the vet. Their doctor bill will be bigger than your own bill. I know.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
I mean, just like a regular checkup is like great.
Well, y'all, we appreciate y'all coming in on Eco Nation News. We're getting ready to get on out of here and continue the rest of our day. And I hope you all have a beautiful week. And thank you all for beginning your week here with Eco Nation News. I'm hoping that you all enjoyed yourself. I'm hoping that it was engaging and definitely hoping that it was fulfilling to you. May you do great things throughout this week. May you accomplish some of the goals that you've been planning and may everything around you be abundance, abundance in good things, not
Yeah.
just all things, but just good things.
Yeah.
And speak life wherever you go and help one another as you go amongst your journey. And many blessings to you all. Y'all be well, be safe, and be blessed. And until we meet again, y'all just don't forget to keep on growing. Grow.
Bye, guys.
Take care, y'all.
Have a great day.